Hi everyone, welcome to card number 2 of today's birthday stamping extravaganza class. You will need, for this, you'll need a little pack of kit in your box that says card number 2, and then to prepare in advance you will need 2 leaves, one first generation and one second generation stamped with Pear Pizzazz, one bud and one flower head. Okay. So for this card, in your pack you will have a stitched rectangle on white and a piece of purple posy that's just ever so slightly bigger. Then you will have a white insert, a white piece, that is your layer for the front, like so. So that piece we can add to our card straight away. And then this piece here we're going to add to the front with some dimensionals, and it's going to go in the centre. Okay, so when I add dimensionals to a piece that's this size, I just tend to add 5, 1 in each corner and 1 in the centre. So this is going in the centre like so. Okay, and then this piece we're going to stamp on. So we're going to need our Stampin' stamping mat, and that just goes under our grid paper or our copy paper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp onto this background. So to do that you're going to need this flower head, so you're going to need 1, 2, 3, the same image that we're going to use that one for. Okay, so we'll start with that first. I'm going to add one roughly about there. So pretty much in the middle, but just towards the lower part ever so slightly. It's kind of 2/3 of the way down. And then I'm just adding in my extra detail. And I'm using all the same colour, as you can see. So it just gives it a little bit of tone and shadow there. The leaves, I'm actually going to use this 3 leaf that looks like that. I would call this the tall leaf. And then we can add in, so first generation like so. And then ink it up again, stamp on your grid paper so it's all nice and level. And then second generation just ever so slightly above. And then do the same at the bottom. So first generation followed by second generation. And then we want one of our stems, so we'll pop that in there like so. And then we want the bud, so the stem is stamped also in Pear Pizzazz and the buds are stamped in So Saffron. Okay, so we have that like so. Once we've done that and we're happy with it, we can add that to the front of our card like so. Okay, so that is going on there like that. And then we need to do a little bit of stamping with our sentiment. So you will have the yellow gingham ribbon, and I will show you what that looks like. So the yellow gingham ribbon, we're just going to add a piece of it underneath our sentiment, but I'll show you how to do that. I ran out of the yellow gingham, so I've used something a little bit different. So for our sentiment, you're going to need to stamp onto your purple posy cardstock. I've just got a bit of scrap here, but you have half a sheet of A4 cardstock, so you've got an A5 piece. And then I'm stamping in Gorgeous Grape. So I want to cut this down into a banner, so I'm just stamping that like so. So there's a bit of a gap at the bottom, and then with my scissors I'm going to cut this into an angled banner. Okay, so I've stamped diagonally that way, and now I'm going to stamp diagonally, cut diagonally this way. So we end up with a banner that's angled like so. And then we're going to layer this up. So to do that, you're going to need a dimensional. And this is how I stick my ribbon on. So again, with this card, there's lots of dimension. And then you're going to take your yellow ribbon and you're going to add a piece so that it just overhangs both ends, and cut that into a diagonal. So you can't actually see too much of it. And if you're angling it, just make sure the angles go both ways. Now this we can then go on with like so, but again, to stamp this, to stick this, I'm actually going to use a couple of glue dots for this, because glue dots are super handy, and you'll find wet glue it won't stick very well. You could use some more dimensionals if you wish. It will just give it lots of dimension, which is always nice. So this is going to go across there like so, and I'm sticking it on so that it overhangs the stitched rectangle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop all of our flowers and pieces in around like so. Okay, so it's a bit of layering. These are being stuck on with wet glue, and I'm just adding the wet glue to the lower stem of my leaf, because it's quite nice that they're not stuck down flat, and there's a little bit of texture there where they lift up. Okay, so we have those two. This one I'm going to pop on with a dimensional, and it's nice to have lots of different texture on your cards. So this is going to go about there, and then my little bud, there he is, he's there. I'm going to put him on down there just like so. You could, if you wanted to, do it this side, which actually looks just as nice, or you could pop that on up the top so that it's doubled over, but I'm going to put mine on down here. Just under there so it sticks out a bit. So again, sticking it on with some wet glue. Like so. And then to finish that card, just add a couple of your gems on, and then that's you done. So that is card number 2 all done. You should have another piece that you can just attach inside as well. On my original sample I did do a bit more stamping inside, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, thank you.